everyone, it's Rover. I just wanted to take a moment.
Estás vigilando a uno de tu vida. So I just wanted to come on here. It's been a minute, 1 minute since I've been on right now on this stream. So it's mid-afternoon. The clouds are not moving as fast as they were this morning. Now the sun is right above me. There it is, right there. Can you see it? No? Probably. Right there, you see it? Okay, it's 12 o'clock. So it's right above me. So it's gonna go, it's just supposedly gonna go over there. Over there, at sunset. I'm gonna try to stay here if I can to see it. If not, but you see the clouds are moving, not as fast as they were, but they're still moving. And you can calculate that by the tower that's in the middle. You see the tower, the clouds moving past it. Slower than this morning. So there is a change in the movement. Possibly because the sun is overhead and on its way supposedly down. But you see them, they're still moving. Very slow, but they're moving. Or not very slow, but not as slow as this morning. So I just wanted to record that. Because it could be a possibility of the progression from them moving fast being, while they're being created, to be pushed out. In the heat of the sun right now. And then we'll see hopefully later when the moment of the sun's I don't even know what to say when the sun's doing that, when it looks, I don't want to say the regular words because the regular words to me put me in a place where I have to comply with this type of understanding, and I don't want to, and I'm not gonna. So the moment the sun is visible at the closest on this plane level that you see, then there are going to be clouds that are sitting in front of it, but we'll see. The clouds are moving slow right now. I got a video that can show them moving a lot faster in the morning. And it's afternoon. Right now it is exactly 12:24 in the afternoon. Eastern Standard Time. So we're not listening to the news, we're not watching television, we're observing what's around us in real time so that we can make our own determination about what we actually see. And this is what's taken away from you when you have to work, when you have to pay bills, when you have to, go into a building all day. This is what we miss. We miss this. The growth of life, the movement of life, the information that's supposed to be given to us naturally. We're put inside of a box And we don't even believe when we go outside. We even say, "Man, I can't believe it's raining." Listen, wake up, wake up. Or I can't believe it's this hot. Of course you can't believe it's that hot because you're not out there. You're in a building and they're telling you how hot it's going to be. They're telling you when it's going to rain. And that doesn't ever even happen. And then when you go outside, because you're inside here in America, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying speaking for any other country. Because other countries, that don't rely on, what we rely on, which is fakeness, which is industrial things that can be destroyed very, very fast and put you in a state of shock because you're no longer in the natural world. You're in a made up world. I forgot the name of that movie with this gentleman in it, where he lived in a bubble. That's exactly what we live in. That's exactly what they're showing us. So when you go outside and you say, I can't believe it's this hot. Man, I can't believe it's raining. Because you're being told something else. Even though you're being told it's raining, you won't believe that it's raining until somebody tells you it's gonna rain. Wake up, wake up. You already know I'm the cosmic in the house. But reading books is great, but observing what is actually happening is greater. Looking at, like, this is what all the philosophers did when they didn't create any of this to control you so that you wouldn't be like them. Everybody's a god out here. Everybody has the ability to go out and look and connect and grow. You don't need anybody else. You need to be in the system of the world, and then you'll understand God, what's going on, what's really happening if you just observe. But you cannot. You're not allowed to observe. You're allowed to be told. That's why they send you to school. Don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you hear. Don't believe what you feel. Believe what is being indoctrinated into you in every sense of the word. Just imagine all of a sudden those clouds started moving in the opposite direction. Or just imagine if something different happened than what you're seeing. Like they show you in movies. Like they show you all these irregular speculations or spectacles of things that form imagery in your subconscious. When they show you these things, and it's symbols. It's not by letters. The subconscious does not learn by letters. It's symbology. So how are you taught? You're taught through symbols. And you believe that which you see in symbols, and they know this. And who do I say they? I always say they. Those that come before you, those who will study you. And you don't study yourself because you're not given any time to. You're not rich enough. Even if you were rich, right? Even the rich kids are so enthralled in materialism that they just spew nonsense. Even if the parents got all the money in the world to teach them, actual information, they're lost too, because the system is made to be evil. Period. There's nothing out here good except for nature, and nature is real and it's unforgiving. But every construct, every idea is evil. Period. There's nothing good out there. Nothing. Just look at with that mind. Use your mind to get out of the mind that was given to you. And you can't do that with a book. You can't do that with a video. You can't do that with my voice. You got to go out there and experience it. Right? Gain things that'll give you the ability to go out and do things. Because you can't go nowhere, obviously, if you don't have currency. Right? Because they hold you down in every single way. So try to accumulate those things to set yourself free. Because that's the only way you're going to do it. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to go to school. You're going to have to do these things. And then You become weak in your end, and then you perish, and then you come back to life on Monday to do the same thing. And that's where your depression comes from. That's where your hopelessness comes from, because you're not out, you ain't outside. And I'm not saying outside in the concrete jungle. That's all that's like, what do you call that game that kids play that they can build stuff? What's the name of that game? That's what it is. You're living in the concrete jungle, and when you say I'm outside, I mean really, look out there, and when you have nothing, like Florida is a perfect place for you to really say that you're outside in heat. You have no resources that are given to you. You have to go out and get stuff. You got to get your own farm. You got to get your own animals. That's real life. The life that you live in is the life that, on a birth certificate that was given to you to be a strong man. Then that's your whole. That's what's going to be your whole life. If you don't wake up. That's going to be your whole entire life useless, worth for nothing. And at the end, you die anyway. So, right? What kind of knowledge you getting? How is it useful to you when you die? The knowledge that you acquired, it's not going to be useful to you. It's going to be useful for those who you teach it to. You feel me? You feel me? To those who you teach your knowledge, what you acquired, and so that they, the youngins, can go on and live a good, fruitful life, so that they generations on and on and on and on and on, the ball bounces. That's all you're here for. No other reason. There's no other reason. Making other people rich, all that stuff is nothing. Of course, if you don't have your own resources, then you have to rely on others for those resources. And how do they want you to? You can't barter. You can't say, yo, I know how to fix this, I know how to do that. Can you give me some food? Can you give me that? You can't do that no more. You have to use currency. Fiat. It's fake. Sign contracts so that they can use what they gave you when you were born, the $1 million that they gave you when you were born. You sign a contract thinking that they're lending you money, but they're really not lending you money. They're taking your money to lend it to you to make interest up. Listen, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, look at the clouds. They're moving slow because you can see the tower. I said that's the point of reference, is the tower. They're moving a lot slower because the sun is a lot closer. So right there. Can you see it? Right there. So it could be that the heat from the sun, now look at the clouds. They're colliding. So the clouds are coming from over there. If you look at these right here, this cloud's moving that way, and that one's moving that way. Just take a look. Very slowly. And remember, the tower's a point of reference as well. So you see them? They're moving. I know you saw that. They're moving, but very slowly. So this morning, wind factor possibly, because remember that the leaves that are in front of the camera, were moving. Remember? They had more movement. There was more wind. So almost everything is at a standstill because there's no wind. So the wind moves. As we're surmising that from what we've been looking at. Okay. So in the evening, there's going to be wind in the evening. We're gonna see it because there's storms. With storms comes wind. But then we're also going to see those clouds that I told you about. Those clouds that stay. They just stay there, and maybe a little later. So it's 12 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna chill. And then I'm gonna come back to maybe about 4-ish. Right, when the sun is a bit more visible in the sky, if I'm still here, if I'm still in the hospital. If not, then, I'm not going to do it. I'll do it another day because You know, I'm exhausted. I don't want to be standing outside in the heat because I'm not, I'm built for that. Believe me, I am. Because you guys see me walking out there, but my body's really not feeling it, at this moment. So I'm not going to force it. But if I don't get to do it today, which I may not, then I'll do it another day. But that's just basically what I wanted to point out. What I was looking at was that clouds were still, what I mean, they weren't moving. They weren't moving past the sun. They were moving toward the sun and then stopping and then staying in front of the sun. It was weird to me. Even, I'm not a sunologist. I'm not a, cloudologist, but I got eyes. You got eyes. Use that for what they for, and that's to see. So like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're moving on a lot, more into the things that I like to observe, the things that I like to think about, the things that I like to see, and share. But I have little time, very little time. So I might not be able to give you everything. But one thing I do want to give you, read the Bible. Don't follow religion. Institutions, any institution, that they have nothing to do with your growth. Nothing to do with your safety, nothing to do with caring for you, nothing. It's a machine. Like a car, it's a machine. If you don't feed it, it's gonna die. What do institutions and systems of that nature need? You're the gasoline, you're the oil. And you're expendable, so like oil. You buy oil, they use it out, you throw it away, buy more oil. Same thing with human beings. So systems use humans to live. So they're monsters. So stay away from them things as much as you can. They try to push you to be part of the systems, as they call them, because you feed them. But if you stay away from them as much as you can make other people conscious of how to do that. What? So anyway, do that for yourself, for your children, for your nephews, for other people's children. Help them, because they are the main energy of the future world. And if you have institutions that are built to harm children, they did it to me. So protect them as much as you can. As much as you can. Show them, teach them, take them outside. Oh man, it's not an outfit, bro. We don't consider these outfits. It's a hospital gown, bro. Like, I don't understand how this is cute. I'm in the hospital. We don't consider this big. They took me out of my clothes to put me in this thing. But hey, you like it? Do your thing, but you could probably buy it on a hospital website. They got them. I think you can buy them in bulk. That's your style, my man. Do it. But I don't consider it an outfit, bro. But I'm not gonna say thank you because it's not. But if it's your steez, you can find it on the internet. I'm pretty sure. Like the design, right, and the buttons and stuff. Yeah, I can see that. But so. Observe. Energy changes when you observe it. When you don't observe the energy, it's gonna do the same thing. Now, why does energy change when you observe it, when you feel it? Because now you're in that energy field. So if you don't watch it, you don't look at it, it's doing what it's doing. Like, that's like energy is a bee. Look at a bee. Like, just put it simple, bro. A bee. A bee's doing its thing. You don't notice it. It don't notice you. But when you notice each other, your behavior change and the bee's behavior change. Everything is like that. They're just telling you now, but you've been through that. Oh, the particles, they change. That happens to you all the time. Every day. Every day when you interact with something, because now it is not only its own entity. Now it's a communal entity. Now it's two. There's a yin and a yang right there. So that's going to become one at that moment in time. It's going to change. It ain't even science, bro. It's natural life. That's natural life. NPCs in the house. I don't know what you guys are talking about, man. All that. I'm about to turn off the comments in a minute. But anyways, natural life. They're trying to tell you what you already living. And then, all right, cool. No worries, bro. So they're trying to predict your life to you. And you believe them instead of believing your own life. So if you live life, not vicariously, but live life, you'll learn all of these things at a certain age. You'll get there and you go, oh yeah, I know that. And you'll share with other people. You know, reading a book is cool, right? Reading a book is neat, right? I love to read books. And they give you a certain perspective from the person who wrote the book, not yours. Understand that. That is also a way to manage the way you see things. Because a lot of people say, well, you read books, it's the same as watching a movie. Reading a book is the same as watching a movie. Now, a movie's more powerful because in order for you, a book is more powerful. I'm sorry, a book is more powerful because in order for you to imagine what you're reading, you have to use your subconscious and turn it into a symbol. The television is already giving you symbols, and these symbols are not what you agree with, not what you don't understand. And then they give you, you know, the esoteric symbol. They shoot light at you. This is how they control you. It's light control. Day and night. Wake up, go to sleep. Light control is natural. It's natural. You go to sleep at night and you wake up in the morning. When you turn on the TV, right? It's the same thing. So they're telling you what your natural life is while you're living your life. But yet and still, it creates hopelessness because you don't think that you're living. TVS, right? You don't think that you're alive because you're hopeless. You have no dreams. Everything is shot. So you watch TV because everything you want to do in your life, or supposedly everything you should be doing. Yeah, I know. Everybody likes watching TV, so you think. But just imagine if there wasn't no TV, what would you like doing then? Ask yourself that question. If there wasn't television, what would I like to do? Okay. You don't know what you like. None of us do. You're told what to like. Because of what they give you. You go to school, they give you certain foods. You like cheeseburgers? You don't really know that. You didn't make the cheeseburger on your own. It was made for you and given to you. Now, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I really don't understand you. So, there you go. You need to talk to somebody else, not me, because I don't. The comments you're making are they're just weird comments, man. I don't get it. So anyway. Oh, I don't know what that meant. Okay. So usually I cover the comments because it's just like these NPCs. They say things. Can I do this? No, that. No. Okay. Anyway. So let me cover this. I'll cover that. I'm not looking at comments, so if you make comments, I'll see them later. So, you know, just live life, period. Just live life. Go outside. Talk to people, meet people, read books, look at the sky if you can, because they're using light. They use light for everything. Light is used to control everything. So if you're in an area where you can't see the night sky, which is done intentionally, go somewhere where there's well, in Florida anyway, there are places where you can go to that don't have any light intrusion, where you can literally look up and see everything at nighttime. And when that happens, you'll appreciate a lot more than you do as opposed to being fed television, right? Anything edited is fake. Anything. I don't care what it is. A man, when you were edited, you're fake. Anything that's gone under reconstruction or redesign, it's an emulation of the original version, but it's not the original. You feel me? Okay then. So take that with you. Thank you for coming in. The clouds look like they've slowed down, but they're still moving. Let me show you. A lot slower than this morning. And again, I'm picturing that's because of the wind. Because if you look at the trees right in front of the camera, they're not moving as fast as they were this morning. So I'm attributing what my observation this morning from the clouds moving at the pace that they were to the wind. That's my observation, right? So tonight, I suspect that those clouds will not move at all, but there's gonna be movement because the clouds need to get there. How do they get there? What pushes them there? You're gonna see exactly what pushes those clouds in front of the sun, and it's not wind. But I just wanted to show that, and they ain't no conspiracy theory. We're just looking, we're just observing, we're just watching, right? And if it changes while we're watching it, and it's conscious, then it will change. If it's not conscious, it won't change. And there's nothing on this planet that's not conscious. Everything has a life. It may not have a soul, but it is conscious. You don't have to have a soul to be conscious. You just need to be. So love your soul, not your role. Watch what you want to watch. Look at what you want to look at. Hear what you want to hear. Say what you want to say. Don't be coerced into doing things that you're going to regret later. And if you're unaware of what you're doing and why you're doing it, then it doesn't matter until the consequences arise. When those consequences arise and you were unconscious when you were committing doing these things, it was because you weren't in your own mind. And a lot of us are not in our own mind. A lot of us. And that's intentional. You burnt? So love your soul, not your role. You already know. Jesus Christ loves you. Godspeed.